Whether it's robots, artificial intelligence, or computers, we have all benefited from automation. It's all around us. From buying groceries at your local supermarket to asking Alexa to order you a new shirt, automation has ingrained itself in today's society. It facilitates our lives. And for that reason, we have accepted automation as part of our daily routine. However, how many of you have actually asked yourselves, why is it that we are slowly replacing humans from the workplace? And is this process truly as beneficial as the corporate world promotes it to be? Well, this is why Annie, Theo, Susie, Alex, Adarsh, and Eva have embarked on a mission to unveil the true consequences of automation for the future workforce.
To start with, we chose to look at one of the most basic forms of automation, the self-service checkout, in order to see how technology has affected the workplace. We interviewed one of the cashiers from a renowned supermarket and asked this worker how the self-service checkout has affected him and his plans for the future.
No, because many of the customers that come into the store, especially the elderly, come in to interact with people and to have like a social experience. Nothing really, because Tesco's would cut the hours throughout the store and then spread the workforce throughout onto other departments, so then it would end up as a personal decision whether I wanted to leave or not.
With this interview, we realised, as future members of the workforce, that certain jobs that exist today will have entirely disappeared by the time we graduate. Although automation currently affects jobs requiring low academic qualifications, the rapid development of technology can predict the automation of much more qualified positions.
Therefore, we wanted to illustrate the bigger picture of the consequences of automation through certain numbers we believe will make you think twice about fully backing up automation. For example, by 2030, as many as 800 million jobs could be lost worldwide due to automation. And in 60% of jobs, 1/3 of activities will be automated.
Through the destruction of jobs on a scale this big, we can only anticipate negative consequences for future society. Competition and hostility will rise within the workforce. Therefore, we anticipate tensions between similar social classes as well as different ones.
To illustrate this, let's look at how the destruction of low qualified jobs will lead to tensions between the lower and upper classes. This process is already in motion as more and more jobs requiring low academic qualifications are being replaced by technology.
In this instance, as managers are seeking a more skilled workforce, and this skill is obtained through achieving a university degree, the upper class is more favourable in obtaining the job compared to the lower classes. Therefore, tensions between the two classes will obviously emerge with the increase in manifestations within the lower classes, who seek education for more qualified positions.
With all its obvious downfalls, one might wonder why develop technology at all? Well, apart from its negative consequences, the development of technology presents many advantages. For example, advances in robotics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning are ushering in a new age of automation as machines match or outperform human performance in a range of work activities. In addition, from a manager's perspective, automation simply means lower per unit prices. It is easier for us to understand this concept with the help of a simple supply and demand graph.
Let us assume lines S and D show the supply and demands for an existing economy. By adopting advanced production techniques, we see how the supply curve moves to the right as workers are more efficient while aided by automation and are hence able to produce greater quantities at lower prices.
While in theory, one might assume that lower commodity prices are favourable to both consumers and businesses, in reality, there are many cons in achieving these lower costs.
As Karl Marx suggests, the process of industrial mutation, in this case automation, will incessantly revolutionize the economic structure by destroying the old one and creating a new one. This process highlights the troubles the future workforce will face from highly sophisticated machinery and other forms of artificial intelligence.
Humans won't be completely replaced by robotics, not in the near future. However, the impact of technological advancements will definitely at some point catch up with the human race. This is when the age-old notion of the survival of the fittest shall change into the survival of the most adaptive, and one can therefore only hope that the future labour workforce shall prevail. So how far do we push technology until it does us more good than harm? In our opinion, technology has been a big helper in the mass production through facilitating this process, and it can be seen as rational to continue developing it. Managers, however, must find a balance between the development of technology within the workforce and the employment of human labour, in order to achieve the best outcome for their businesses as well as for society as a whole.